the Swiss Army knife of your financial planning. Many people know how to make money. Everybody knows how to spend it. But do you know how to manage your money? James Duerr has the heart of a teacher and is a mentor to many. Now you can be mentored by James Duerr. Pull up a chair, your paper and pen, and get ready to learn from the teacher himself, James Duerr.
Good morning. This is James Duerr, and I'm your host on the James Duerr Show and the 7 Steps to Financial Success. It is my honor and privilege to be your local mentor and local financial resource. So whenever in life you have a major, or even if you haven't met with your financial person within the last 12 months, let's meet. Let's sit down. Let's make sure you have the 7 steps to financial success, because either time is going to be your friend or time is your enemy. And we want time to be your friend. So you got to take that step this week. So this week, let's get together. You can call me, my personal phone. Just go to our website at jamesduerr.com. That's JAMESDUERR.com, because this is the most important 1 hour of your financial week. We will go over concepts that will change your life, that will make your life better. But time is, we want time to be your friend, okay? So let's do it today. We can sit down. Either I can sit down with you or one of my financial service professionals can sit down with you. Anywhere in the United States of America, we have people financial professionals who can meet with you and help you in your personal and financial goals. So I want to talk to my listeners today. Call me at 210-308-8867. Again, that number is 210-308-8867. You can also watch us live on Facebook. Just go to the James Duerr Show, the James Duerr Show, and the 7 Steps to Financial Success. And please, take a little time to like the show, to like the page, and to share the page, because it's so critical. How would you feel if you're good and you have the 7 steps, you have your term life, your whole life, you have your income annuities, and then your best buddy, he never set that up? You need to make sure everybody is on the same page. It's probably the nicest thing you can do to your friends and colleagues at work is just make sure that their family is protected. So go to the James Duerr website, JAMESDUERR.com, and you can ask me any questions you may have. Last week, we answered a lot of questions, and people sent in emails at money@jamesduerr.com. So I am broadcasting from 9:30 a.m., The Answer, with the Salem Media Company, nationwide powerhouse for media. And if you're not listening to Salem, you're missing something. They have great hosts on there, and we're on the penthouse level overlooking the great city of San Antonio, and actually that's the San Antonio airport behind us. So please listen and make comments on the James Duerr Facebook page, and do me a favor, again, please like the James Duerr Show and have your friends like it, because my mission and my purpose of the show and the show sponsors, and you can find all the show sponsors at jamesduerr.com. Our sponsors' mission, such as the South Chamber, such as Realty One Group Emerald, your local real estate agency, and Forefront Property Management, your local property management company. All of my sponsors are on board. They want to help educate the public. They don't want this. We always talk about this is. The James Duerr 7 Steps is a Swiss Army knife of your financial success. Because whatever you listen to, whatever podcast you listen to or radio show you listen to, if you're only listening about annuities, or you're only listening about life insurance, or you're only listening about stocks and bonds and cash, then you're only getting part of the picture. You don't have that true Swiss Army knife. The James Duerr Show and the 7 Steps to Financial Success is your Swiss Army knife. Please go to jamesduerr.com and you'll see our 7 steps. We'll go over that in just a few minutes. But I want you, my goal, and the reason why I stepped down from a Fortune 100 financial company is to help educate the American public on financial products and services that are essential to step 7, which is enjoying life. So let's look at today is actually going to be the business show. So if you own a business, if you ever want to own a business, this is the show you need to listen to, because we will create wealth for your business today. And it's using the 7 steps of financial success. And you'll see how amazing it is when you listen a little later on. You can always, if you're going to work and you don't have time to listen to the whole show today live, then you can always go to the podcast. Our podcasts are always recorded on the weekends on Facebook Live. They're recorded through the station here at 9:30 a.m., The Answer, and then it's put on our on the 9:30 a.m. website, and also on the jamesduerr.com website, and you can listen to the entire podcast. And it is definitely something you want to put your earphones on while you're driving down the road and listen to it, because today we're going to have a conversation about building tax-free cash. And another one of the biggest things right now is because we have such a great economy right now, and and employment is tight. What we're showing you today is how you can attract and you can retain your best employees with our business tools, which is the 7 steps. So we're going to go over offering permanent insurance for your employees, not term insurance, and I'll tell you why that's important later. We're going to talk about building human capital, building human dollars. We're going to talk about CPAs and attorneys. I'm not a CPA. I am not an attorney, but we will refer you to a qualified CPA and a qualified attorney that can help you put your plan in place. We'll talk about buy-sell agreements. We want to have happy family businesses out there. We want to have happy corporate businesses out there. You need to have buy-sell agreements. You need to have, number 5 is you need to have key person agreements. And one thing that a lot of people do not understand is about the tax advantages of long-term care insurance for a business, and we'll go over that also. We'll also talk about setting up annuities that can create pensions for your employees, and also financial wellness program. Oh, we had an amazing guest this past week, BB&T Banking, and they have this financial wellness program, which is similar to what we want to do. Their vision is to help you, the American public. That is my vision. We have a shared vision, and we'll talk a little bit about financial wellness programs available, and we'll talk about building wealth as a business owner through real estate. So for my listeners across the great United States of America, please call us. You can call me today at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. You have no reason not to call, because your cell phone, you're not getting charged long distance like the old days. So let's call, let's have a conversation, and let's help you in your 7 steps of financial success. So you want to go to the jamesduerr.com website and bookmark it. That's JamesDuerr.com website. And no matter where you live in the great 50 states of the United States, then we have a financial service professional that can sit down with you and go over your personal and your financial goals. And it's all about growing wealth, and it's all about being happy in life. And the goal is step 7, which is enjoying life. And we'll have guests from time to time that talks about step 7 and how you can fully enjoy life. So let's before we begin, I do want to shout out again to our sponsors. It's amazing. The reason I started this program is because of my sponsors. They encouraged me. They actually referred me to some books that I knew all about, but it just kind of something went off in my head, and I said, I need to help the American public. I need to, it's just basic concepts, but people are missing the basic concepts. All people talk about is their 401k. It's not all about stocks, bonds, and cash. There's other financial products that are absolutely critical to your financial well-being. And Realty One, Group Emerald, your local real estate professional, Patrick Wilbanks, he's the one who turned me onto those books. And if you need the name of the books, just email me. I'll send them over to you. And then Forefront Property Management, Brian Felt, he is your local real estate property manager, and he has been a rock in all this to helping us reach the American to actually, Brian and Patrick, the reason why we're having so much success with our show, and we want you to have financial success. And then the other sponsor I want to do a shout out today is the South San Antonio Chamber of Commerce, a dynamic organization. And again, your wealth, a lot of it comes from not passive income, but active income when you were at work. So you want to be a part of the chamber because the chamber can help you in all aspects. And you get tenfold out what you put in with the chamber. So please go to the James Duerr website. You'll see the logos for all of our sponsors there. And because we want to spread the word about safe money and the James Duerr 7 steps. So we're going to talk a little bit after the break about permanent insurance and for your employees, and how you offering a certain type of permanent insurance will attract better employees, and make sure your employer doesn't leave for $1 more per hour or whatever, because you are offering them permanent insurance that grows tax-free cash, and then your employee can take it out tax-free. So stay with us for after the break.
Looking for your new home? Realty One Group Emerald is your one stop. We are the ones to get you out of your old house and into the new one. Our experienced local real estate agents will simplify the entire process of buying and selling your home. Find your home today at Realty One Group at ROGEmerald.com. 210-405-4326.
Hello, welcome back. This is James Duerr, live from San Antonio, Texas, 9:30 a.m., The Answer. And we were talking about, today is the business show. So if you own a business, if you ever want to own a business, or if you just you want to have a business on the side, it's always smart. And that's what I like about Dave Ramsey. I don't like about his take on whole life insurance. He's all wet on that, but he's a great guy. But I like it that he says, if you're going to start another business, you want to keep your day job, and then you want to build it up. So if you're ever looking at doing a side business, if you're ever looking at growing your business, and if you're a business owner now, you need to listen today. You need to go to the jamesduerr.com website. That's JAMESDUERR.com, and bookmark it and follow the 7 steps and contact us so we can meet with you. But I'm your Texas A&M class of 1983 fighting Texas Aggie, and I wanted to talk to you today about something very important. Again, this is about business insurance. And you may not think that you're going to have a business, but don't turn this off. You listen, because this is going to be valuable information, not only, maybe not for you, but maybe for your brother-in-law, for your sister, your brother, your dad. This is important information. So most businesses, what they do is they offer temporary term insurance as part of their business perk. So the way you attract much better quality employees, and the way you keep your employees, is to offer them something that actually gives them cash. You offer them the ability to buy permanent life insurance through your workplace. And the cool thing about it is, depending on the number of employees you have, you may have absolutely everybody's guaranteed to get the insurance. They don't have to go through underwriting. They answer a few simple questions. And if you have a large enough group, then, and it's not that large, but you know what you need, but then everybody is approved. So you really do a favor if you know somebody in your organization, one of your valued employees, that cannot get life insurance because of health reasons. A lot of times, using what we call workplace insurance, you can get them permanent insurance, and they can use that cash in retirement. So with temporary insurance that everybody offers, just the run-of-the-mill everybody offers, and it's not a perk anymore, okay? Nobody even thinks about it. Nobody knows what they have for temporary life insurance at work. And usually, I guarantee you, it's not enough to take care of the family. So what you want to do is you offer your employee the opportunity, because you're buying as a group, permanent life insurance. And you know what's so cool for the business? You don't pay a red cent. So it's all paid for from the employee out of their paycheck, and they decide how much insurance they want to have per month. So it's very flexible. It can be very, very affordable, or they can get a good amount, which they really need to have enough for their family, for their to take care of them. So call us at go to the website jamesduerr.com, and we'll talk to you about workplace insurance for your employees. And when you put that on your next advertising for employees, that you offer permanent cash growing life insurance for all your employees, because you have to give it to all your employees, then somebody's going to be comparing apples and apples, and they're going to see, or apples and oranges, and they're going to see that your company offers better benefits. This is what it's all about: taking care of your employees, attracting them, and it's called Worksite Insurance. Call us about it. The other thing that, oh my gosh, that people do not take advantage of, and it's such an easy way to grow cash for your business, that in the great state of Texas, your cash is creditor protected. So we're talking about building human capital. And you've probably never heard about that. And this is something that we do here every day at the James Duerr Show, 7 Steps of Financial Success, is we talk about building human capital. So let's say you're like the millions of businesses in the U.S. that rent. Every day they're renting an office. They're not really building up assets in the building. And, they have goodwill for the business. They're building up cash for the business. They may be building up, copier machines and all that, but they're not really building capital assets that the owner can sell upon retirement. So if you're a business owner and you're in a type of business that you don't have, like construction companies are great about, having assets. So they have a yard, they have equipment, they have bulldozers, they have all this equipment that they can sell, the owner can sell. So they're building assets. But the typical company out there is not building assets, not real hard, tangible assets. And I can show you how you can build human capital. And the easy way to do it is your employees are an assurable interest, okay? And whenever we work with you, we'll always have an attorney and CPA so you do it correctly. But you have to remember that just like your son, just like your daughter, just like your niece, your nephew, they are insurable interests. And I can put an insurance policy on any one of those, and I have. So, but for you as a business, you can do the same thing. So you can build tax-free growth in your cash, and you can build cash that's creditor protected. And then when you take the money out, you can take it out tax-free. So you can set up a policy on anybody in the company as long as they're willing to do that, and you can build cash. And call us, email me. I'll show you how to do it. You can build a tremendous amount, and you can use that cash actually to pay out dividends to your shareholders. I mean, not shareholders, but your partners, right? So there's a lot of ways you can build human capital using cash value life insurance. Contact James Duerr, and I'll show you how. Again, okay, so that's step 3 we want to talk to you about, or not step 3, just number 3 about business insurance and business products is always have a good quality CPA, okay? It's one thing I learned over the many years in business. You always want to have a good CPA, and you always want, and John, thank you. You've been great. And Mark, my attorney, thank you. You always have to have a good CPA and good attorney to walk you through and keep you out of trouble and to make you successful. If you don't have a CPA, you don't have an attorney, contact the James Duerr Show and we can get you one. So that is very important for businesses. If you're a business owner out there, then you don't have a CPA, you don't have an attorney, you need to contact us today. So one of the cool things about cash value life insurance is a concept, and as a business tool, is not a concept, is a business tool. We sell lots of them. Or back when I was with the Fortune 100 company, I did. But it's called buy-sell agreements. So buy-sell agreements. So that means, let's make it simple. Say you have 2 owners of a business. You have 2 brothers. that are owners of a business, and they both own the company 50%. What happens if one of the brothers passes away? So what happens is the interest goes to his family. So what you've done now, you've created a liability for your company, because that business may go, maybe not to the wife, it may go to a irresponsible 18-year-old. Now this 18-year-old is 50% owner in your business. Now this 18-year-old, and 18-year-olds are, there's nothing, my son's older than that, but 18-year-olds definitely can be, at 18 I was financially sufficient myself. So what I'm saying is, let's just say they have an immature youth that takes over 50% of your business. Okay, that may not be too good. Or it may be where that, so that person can go in and work with you, and they may not know anything about the business, or that person may just sit back and just take cash. And now you don't have your other brother who is so critical in marketing or so critical in the inventory, and you really need that person. You don't have that person, and you don't have the money to hire somebody. So what you do, a buy-sell agreement, you do cross insurance on each of the partners. And if one of the partners dies, you take that cash, and then you can pay off the other family members, and then you own 100% of the business. Now, what I find is a lot of businesses out there, check your paperwork. A lot of businesses, they have a buy-sell agreement in their contract, in their legal documents for the business. However, they do not have a mechanism for funding. So what good is it to have it in writing, a buy-sell agreement, if somebody dies, you don't have the money to buy them out? So it's important to use insurance. It's so important to leverage your money. And you can also do cash value life insurance and build up a ton of cash for your business that you can use for whatever reason you want to. So buy-sell agreement. If you haven't heard about it, contact the James Duerr Show. If you have heard about it, go check your legal documents and see if they reference an insurance policy anywhere, because that is the easiest way to purchase out a family if the one of the partners would pass. Another way you can use, and the fifth way you can use life insurance, is a key person agreement. So if you have a key person, maybe he's your superstar marketing agent, maybe he's your superstar in-house comptroller, CPA, senior financial officer. So what would happen if you lost that person? Well, first, you would have to pay a lot of money to recruit somebody else. Second is you're probably going to spend more for the next person to replace them. So you need to have key person agreements in place and have it funded with cash value life insurance or term life insurance. But we can make it where it benefits the key person. So you can write your contract however you want to, and you can promise, part of the death benefit or part of the cash value or half the cash value, whatever, to their family. So this is something you can help your employees, and this is something that your employee will stay with you, because especially with engineering companies, you do key person, you do insurance on these young engineers that come in to work. This is very important. This is any business, and you do insurance policy on this new engineer, because a lot of times what happens is you have an employee, and the old story. They work for you for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. Now they have the expertise to go somewhere else and make more money. So how do you keep that person? You keep that person saying, hey, you stay with me for 10 years, and this policy, the way we structured it, it will have $100,000 of cash that you can have. But you have to stay with me past 10 years, and you get $100,000. And then you say, if you don't take it, between year 10 and 20, and you stay with me for 20 years, I will reward you with all the cash value, $200,000. So there's lots of ways you can do this to retain employees. If you're not retaining employees, you're not running your business correctly. I'm just telling you straight. You got to have this in place, is key person agreements. And then, let's look at number 6. Now, number 6 is, I don't know if we can cover it because the break's coming up, but most people do not know about long-term care insurance and their business and the tremendous tax advantages. They don't know that they don't have to offer it to everybody. They don't know a lot of things about long-term care that can benefit their business, and they can attract the best employees out there by offering long-term care as part of your package for your business. Stay tuned, and I'll tell you all about it right after the break.
With SRN News, I'm Greg Clugston in Washington. More than 24 local, state, and federal law enforcement agencies, including the FBI, are in Portland, Oregon today to monitor a rally. The event is organized by a far-right group that has attracted white nationalists. Anti-fascist demonstrators have vowed to confront the rally. In Hong Kong, activists continue to hold demonstrations in Hong Kong this weekend. Pro-democracy crowds marched while supporters of the China-backed government rallied in a park. The democracy protests have raged for more than 10 weeks, many ending in clashes with police. The NBA's Brooklyn Nets have been sold to the co-founder of the Chinese e-commerce giant Alibaba for a record $3.4 billion, the most ever for a U.S. sports franchise. In July, the team signed superstars Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. This is SRN News.
Hi, this is Milton Glick. You know, we're lucky in South Texas. We can garden throughout the year. The key to good gardening is good information, and that's where we can help. This Saturday and Sunday, join Dr. Jerry Parsons and Dr. Calvin Finch from Millburgers Gardening South Texas. Call in, or better yet, ask your question in person at Millburgers Nursery, 1604 on Boulevardy Road. So, gather your questions and join us for Millburgers Gardening South Texas, Saturdays and Sundays from noon to 2, only on 9:30 a.m. The Answer.
We are excited to bring you the all-new WellMed Radio. Our goal is to help make listeners healthier by focusing on health and wellness for adults everywhere. The new WellMed Radio features Dr. Joshua Beck, an outstanding family physician, and attorney and veteran broadcaster Ron Aaron. Ooh, that's me. Each week we will focus on health prevention and wellness that's critical to the quality of life. The all-new WellMed Radio.
Saturday morning at 7 on 9:30 a.m. The Answer. Terrorism, economic uncertainty, nuclear instability. The United States faces these and other global dangers nearly every day. And while it may seem like the international threats are beyond our borders, we face even greater risks against the U.S. Constitution and the rule of law here at home. These dangers plague the bedrock of our great nation and threaten to destroy our way of life. Now it's time to energize San Antonio's conservative and Christian base and protect our conservative ideals. Join 9:30 a.m. The Answer on Tuesday, November 5th at the Norris Conference Center for Countdown 2020, The War for America's Soul. Speakers Dennis Prager and Sebastian Gorka will give you perspective and insight on what's at stake in the upcoming election. Get the information you need to give intelligent answers to the assaults from the far left by joining us November 5th for Countdown 2020, The War for America's Soul. Visit 930amtheanswer.com to purchase your tickets today.
9:30 a.m. The Answer.
Good morning. This is James Duerr, and welcome back to the James Duerr Show and the 7 steps to financial success. I do want to do a shout out to, we always try to support a nonprofit, and this is my Boy Scout mug from Philmont Scout Ranch. I know a friend of mine, John from Corpus Christi, just went with him and his son recently, and I know they had a great time. But the Boy Scout program, please give to it. It makes a great leaders for the United States, so it's a great nonprofit. So what today's program, we're talking about business. Today is all about business. Now, if you have a business, you need to listen, or you need to go to jamesduerr.com. That's JAMESDUERR.com, and go to that page, bookmark it, and contact us about business insurance or business tools. They're not all insurance. So we talked about attracting and retaining employees and taking care of your employees with a product called Worksite Insurance. We talked about how you can build cash if you don't have other assets in your business like land and buildings. We show you how you can build cash for retirement or for selling the company, how you can build human capital. We talked about the necessity of having a good CPA and attorney who we can recommend you. And we talked about buy-sell agreements. So buy-sell agreements are critical to especially family businesses, keeping them happy. Because, and this is one thing I didn't mention before it, but what happens if you, say you have two sisters that have a business and then one of the sisters passes and all of a sudden that brother-in-law that you hated, all of a sudden he's your business partner. How would you like that? So you need to have a way to buy out your partners, and everybody always has buy-sell agreements in the contracts, in the legal documents, but 98% they don't have a way to fund it, and I can show you how to fund it. We talked about key person agreements, what would happen, how do you keep your key persons, how do you replace key persons if they would die or leave. And then right before the break, we were talking about long-term care insurance. Now, this is something that most people do not know about. But long-term care, the federal government, they want you to have long-term care insurance. Well, why do they care? They care because they don't want to pay for your care if you ever need long-term care. So they make it very, very tax advantage to have long-term care for your company. I mean, you have to. We'll have you sit down with your CPA and your attorney, but you're talking about, you're a C corp. You can just write it all off. I mean, I'm not a CPA, I'm not an attorney, but as I understand it, it's 100% write off. But people do not know that. If you have a business, why not take that tax advantage? And then for LLCs and for other types of businesses, it varies a little bit, and our CPAs and our attorneys can work with you on that. But why would you not take advantage of the tremendous tax advantages? And every year, the United States government increases how much you can deduct. They increase the amount because they want you to have as much long-term care insurance as you can because they don't want to take care of you. So it's all about personal responsibility and taking care of your life and taking care of your loved ones. So long-term care insurance, you can buy it through your business. And also, not only does it have great tax advantages, but it's called discriminatory. And I mean, that kind of sounds like a mean word, but discriminatory just means that for long-term care, it's not like what I talked about earlier, workplace insurance, where you have to buy it for everybody. Long-term care insurance is what they call discriminatory. So I can discriminate and I can say I only want to put it on my vice president and me, or the only two in the company that can have it. Or I only give long-term care insurance to people who have been with me for 10 years, and I'm going to give it to Joe and Susie because they've been loyal employees of mine, and I want to make sure they stay loyal employees of mine. So I want to purchase a long-term care insurance for them. And I want to be able to, depending on your tax situation, write it all off or write off some of it. But it's a great way to retain. So you look at all the advantages that we've been talking about and all the cash that your employees retain by staying with you. And also we talk about how you can attract. And in this tight employment environment, you need to have all the tools in your side to be able to attract the best and brightest. And we can show you what business tools you need to attract and retain the best and brightest employees. And it only takes a short 1 hour to meet with us. Go to jamesduerr.com and send me an email. And then also you can help your employees set up a pension, set up annuities. And they will appreciate you taking the time to help them get that in place. So that's 7. The point 7 I want to talk about. Point 8 is a financial wellness program. So is so cool this week that I met with a South San Antonio Chamber of Commerce member, BB&T, and they have the same passion I have for financial wellness. And financial wellness is the 7 steps of financial success. And then BB&T has a financial wellness program. So why I wanted to bring up financial wellness is if your employees are stressed about finances, they're going to have more sick leave. If your employees are stressed about their finances, they're going to miss work. If your employees are stressed about their financial situation, then they're not going to be productive. Their mind is elsewhere. We want people focused. We want people happy. We want your employees to know that they're taken care of. So you want to have a financial wellness program. So contact jamesduerr.com for your business. We'll work with BB&T, or we can work directly, however you want to do it. We love working with other Chamber of Commerce members, but let's get together and create a financial wellness program for your company, because the statistics show that your company will be more successful if your employees are financially well. So financial wellness program is number 8. Number 9 is building wealth through real estate for your business. So if you are in a type of business like a construction business, you need to, as an owner, real estate's going to be a key to you selling the business later, and a key to your building, your land, your lot that you keep all your equipment at. That's going to be key, and we have the real estate professionals that can help you create wealth in real estate, and that's Realty One Group Emerald and Forefront Property Management. These 2 organizations can help you create wealth in your business. So if you're not creating a hard asset, or you're not creating human capital, you need to contact us today. Just go to jamesduerr.com, and we're going to talk about, after the break, we're going to really get into the 7 steps of financial success. But let's see. I think I had a few pointers. I had answered a lot of questions from listeners last week, and I was saying, well, let's look at some of the most common questions. And I was Googling earlier, and there's a federal credit union called PenFed here in San Antonio, and it says, is your emergency fund sufficient? And even though I don't specifically talk about an emergency fund in the 7 steps, you need to have 3 to 6 months of living expenses for that safety net. So your safety net is 2 things: is term insurance, that you have it so your kids can go to college, so your kids can so you can have retirement. But you want to have some money there. I don't care how wealthy you are. And there was a program earlier on about financial wellness today, and they were saying it's really a problem with people who have a lot of wealth because they spend a lot of money. It's not how much money you make that tells you how rich you are. It's how much money you save and how less you spend. So you need to have, no matter what economic status you're at, have 3 to 6 months of living expenses. But what you want to do, I say you just get 3 months and just keep on building it up slowly till you have 6 months of expenses. And then they're talking about emergency funds. Is it sufficient for your that's once you have emergency funds, you want to start saving for retirement and for education. And we'll talk about that. We like a combination of 529s and cash value life insurance, because if your child doesn't use that cash value life insurance, you use it for your retirement. And then this federal credit union here locally was saying, if you have children, will you help them fund their education? So that's all up to you. I mean, our kids knew we were going to pay the first 4 years of their college, and then after that, they're on their own. And then you need to look at what would happen if you lose your job. So one of the things we talked about last week is take time to download 1 year of all your finances and really get a handle on how much you spend per month. Most people don't know what they spend. So, and they're talking about refinancing, buying homes, refinancing cars. that is all great. But remember, you can bank on yourself, which means you can have a cash value life insurance, and you can make loans to yourself and never have to repay them back, tax free. So, there's a lot of things that they talk about improving your credit rating, and go to the jamesduerr.com. Go to, in next week, we'll post one for BB&T that talked about how you improve your credit scores through their financial wellness program. So we'll talk about improving your credit rating, which is something you should know about, and email me if you need more information about that. And then also they talk about how much income should go through your housing, and they talk about like 28% of your income. So, we have the real estate professionals that can really help you on that. So right after the break, we'll talk about the 7 steps of financial success. Please tune in.
Looking for your new home? Realty One Group Emerald is your one stop. We are the ones to get you out of your old house and into the new one. Our experienced local real estate agents will simplify the entire process of buying and selling your home. Find your home today at Realty One Group at ROGEmerald.com. 210-405-4326.
Welcome back to the James Duerr Show and the 7 steps to financial success. We've talked about a lot about business tools, and if you missed any of it, you need to go to the jamesduerr.com. I guarantee you it will be a benefit to your business to learn about human capital, to learn about workplace insurance, to learn about buy-sell agreements. Contact us. You can always go to jamesduerr.com. That's JAMESDUERR.com. Or you can call me right now on air at 210-308-8867. That's 210-308-8867. We've got a few minutes. You want to hop in there. A few people on hold. I'm not sure if we can get to them, but you hop on there if it's a good question. Or if you just want to leave your name and number for our producer, we can do that. So let's talk about the James Duerr 7 steps to financial success. So step 1 is your safety net. So I don't care what age you are. I always tell my listeners I'm in my late 50s and I have a lot of term insurance. Why is that? Because term insurance, even at my age, is damn inexpensive. It's very, very cheap, very inexpensive. So the amount of good that you can do for your family by having term insurance far outweighs the small amount you pay per month. So it all depends on your health and it all depends on your age, but contact us about term insurance no matter what age you are, because term insurance is your safety net. And I don't want to hear anything about barbecue fundraisers. Barbecue fundraisers, I don't want to hear anything about GoFundMe sites, because I guarantee you barbecue fundraisers, GoFundMe sites, they are not going to pay for your kids' college. And do you want your kids to have an opportunity to better themselves, to go to college? If something would happen to you and your income stops, barbecue fundraisers will not pay for college. It's not going to pay for paying off the house. It's probably not even going to pay for the medical expenses you had that before you passed away. So let's turn a new leaf here in South Texas, and the U.S. is GoFundMe sites, barbecue fundraisers. They're not it. So take responsibility for your family. And I don't care if you make $20,000 a year, or other clients like I have that make 20 or 30 or 40 million per year. I want you to contact me and sit down and take a short 1 hour to have a conversation. It would be the most important conversation you will have this year, and we will help you plan your personal and financial wellness. So, but step 1 is something that everybody needs, and especially when you're young and healthy, is completely cheap. I mean, it's like, I don't know, you're probably paying $38 for over $500,000 of insurance. It's amazing how much insurance you get. And there's a thing called a hero policy. So even if you're not married, then you may get married later, or that money could help your niece, your nephews. That money could help your parents. That money could help your siblings. You want to have term insurance for the safety net for not only your family, but for the ones you love. So step 1 in the James Duerr 7 steps is term insurance. And remember, all term insurance is not created equal. So if there's one benefit, one takeaway you get from this show today is remember, whoever you buy your term insurance, the ultimate goal of term insurance is to convert it to a cash value life insurance. You turn a liability into an asset that grows tax-free, into an asset that you take the money out tax-free, into an asset that if you do pass, your family, your loved ones receive all the money tax-free. Now tell me what other financial product does that. And nobody else out there, nobody has a product like a cash value life insurance policy. That's the best product out there. And a lot of people sell them, but we only sell term insurance and cash value life insurance from the highest rated companies, mutual insurance companies that have been paying dividends for over 160 years. And we want you to participate in this type of policy. Just don't go on the internet and buy term insurance. Call the James Duerr Show, and you go to our website, JamesDuerr.com, and we'll get you in the term insurance that will take you to step 2. But you also still keep some term, but you can convert. You have conversion rights, and you can convert that term insurance to a cash value life insurance policy. You can use life insurance for any reason. The cash is built up. You can use it for any reason you want to. So say you want to buy a car. Say you want to, you need it for college. Say you want it for retirement. Say you want it because you had emergency surgery. This is cash. And if you're smart and we show you how to set it up, it can build rapidly, and you can take this cash out tax-free. And you actually take it out as a loan, but it doesn't affect your dividend paying, which is cool because you're still making money even if you have a loan against it. But at one point, you're going to need this. So have a cash value life insurance policy. I actually used a cash value life insurance policy to start this radio show. So I'll show you exactly how to do that. But cash value life insurance is creditor protected in the great state of Texas. Again, it's just like your homestead. You always need to have a good wealth in your homestead, and we can help you with that with our sponsors. You want to have your homestead that nobody can take, and you also want to have your cash value life insurance. And again, I have to mention, I was visiting with an attorney in his office the other day, and he was saying that he knows of retirement funds that can get judgments on. Okay, but nobody can do a judgment. Nobody can take your cash value life insurance policy in the great state of Texas. And I believe other states like Florida also have that great provision there. So we can check with and get you hooked up with any, we can refer you to any insurance person or financial service advisor throughout the 50 states, and they can let you know if cash value life insurance is like it is in the great state of Texas, that it's creditor protected. So that is step 2, cash value life insurance policy. It grows taxed. It grows cash. I mean, I'm so excited about it. So step 3 in the 7 steps is income annuities. So we had a rough week in Wall Street, right? So, and I've been preaching, and you go back to my early shows, I tell you, all the indicators are there that we'll go into recession in 2 years, and it may be sooner, it may be later. But the stock market always goes in cycles. So if you're anywhere from 5 to 10 years toward retirement, then you need to set up an income annuity today so you have guaranteed lifetime income. And we'll also get you with those quality companies that will do the suitability and all that to make sure it's right for you. But income annuities are critical for retirement, and that's step 3 of the James Duerr 7 steps. So, and say you're young, say you're in your 30s, and you've built up some good money in the stock market. Well, now's the time to pull some of that off the market. take advantage of some of the gains you have now and do lifetime income. Because the cool thing is, the longer you defer income from an income annuity, the more you can make from it. So if you put an income annuity in your 30s or your late 20s, you're going to have a great pension when you retire. So it's not only for people 5 to 10 years out. We can set up an income annuity, which is a pension. You can have a pension. I don't care who you work for. We can set up this type of pension product for you that will create lifetime income. So step 3 is income annuities. We'd love to work with you on that. And the stock market is by far your greatest reward, but it's also your greatest risk. So you want to have a true professional. You don't want to make the mistake of what people do is they get in the stock market, they do a little brokerage account themselves, they mess with their 401k themselves, and they let emotion get involved. And when emotion gets involved, you buy high and you sell low, and that's not the way you do it. So if you're in the stock market now, let's roll over, and we can keep it in your 401k usually. Well, always, or you can take it out if you want and pay the tax now, because the tax rates are lowest in history right now. Why wouldn't you pay tax right now? Why would you wait for your $100,000 to grow to $700,000 and then pay tax in your $700,000? I think I'd rather pay tax right now on my $100,000 and pay tax now, because I know it's the lowest tax rate in history right now. So there's some strategies like that we need to talk to you about, because we can save you a lot of money in the future. But don't be a hog and get slaughtered. Be a pig and get fat. Remember, don't be a hog and get slaughtered. Be a pig and get fat. Now may be the best time to take some of those gains off the stock market and to set up income annuities, or to put it in different products that can help you in your retirement, so you're not so exposed to downturns. But especially if you're from 5 to 10 years from retirement, you need to talk to us, and we'll get a qualified person to visit with you, a licensed person who is qualified, and will look at your suitability and will take care of you, because that's what this show is about education, is about taking care of my listeners. So step 5 in the James Duerr 7 steps is real estate. So real estate, it is also like the stock market, it's high risk, high reward. But if you have safe money, then you're not forced to sell your real estate. So you can let your real estate go through the ups and downs. And I'll tell you what, there's been a heck of a lot more ups than downs recently. So go to the James Duerr website, JamesDuerr.com website, and click on our sponsors banners and have them help you, because you need to start planning today. And by the time you retire, you need to have from 5 to 30% of all your assets in real estate, because it's very flexible. You can sell them later on. You can use it for passive income. It's a great product, and you need to have that as part of your portfolio. Again, we are the Swiss financial knife of financial products. We're not all about real estate. We're not all about income annuities. We're not all about life insurance. We're about balancing what you can afford now and start planning. And then step 6 is long-term care insurance. So what is it? I mean, what good is it if you save all the money all your life and you scrimp and save and you do the right things, and you have an extended long-term care event and it takes all your money away from your spouse? Don't do that to your loved one. Buy long-term care insurance. I don't care what income you are. Buy it today and take care of your family. So after you have term life insurance, you have cash value life insurance, step 2. You have step 3, income annuities. You have step 4, you're involved in the market. Step 5, you're building your real estate portfolio. Step 6, you have that safety net for your family, that all your money is not going to go to the long-term care facility. Once you have step 1 through 6 of the James Duerr financial steps, then you can do step 7, which is enjoy life. So speaking of enjoying life, we are looking for someone to be a co-host, occasional co-host, or constant co-host. If you're interested in being on the show with me, go to Facebook and send me a message. We'd love to have you as a co-host. Send me your message, and we'll see you next week.
A thought from Geico Motorcycle.
It took 15 minutes to take a spirit animal quiz